Hello Yogis, welcome back to the mat. Thank you so much for choosing to practice with me today. Today's practice will be focusing on twists, and it's also a full body practice. We do have some back bends, hip openers, upper body strengthening, and strengthening of our legs and glutes. So it's kind of like a full body practice, but mainly focusing on twists. Twists are great for de-stressing and to ground yourself, because whenever you're in a twist, it calls for more focus on your breath and to release all those tight spots and to breathe into your belly, so that calms your nervous system and it helps you ground down. Also, any kind of movement or taking some time for yourself is always helpful and it's therapeutic. We don't need any props, but if you do have blocks, I would suggest have 2 blocks, and one at the top of the mat and one at the back end of the mat, because we'll be flowing in a mandala pattern. So we'll start at the front of the mat and we'll flow to the back and then back to the front. So it's like flowing in a circle. It's just a creative way to challenge your regular practice and to make your brain think a little differently. So that will be fun. And other than that, we will not be needing any other props. And as always, please do listen to your body. Don't stress too much on how you look in any particular asana or how deep you can go in any particular twist, because that's not the point of yoga practice. Enjoy the process, breathe into your tight spaces, and if something seems challenging, breathe through it. You'll come out on the other side feeling much stronger, and it gets easier as you keep your practice regular. And if something seems not right in your body today, back off from that, take a pause, or just swap that with some other asana that you're practicing, or if your body needs something else, just go with that. Don't force or don't push yourself into something. If you need any modification, or if you need to tone down any asana, please do accordingly. And you can always rest in a child's pose or come back to a downward facing dog, or you can swap any standing asana with a seated asana. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. Your support is extremely appreciated. And whenever you're ready, I'll meet you on the mat. Thank you. We'll begin our practice today on all fours. Make sure that your wrists are directly under your shoulders and your knees are directly under your hips. Engage your core and knit your ribs together, coming into a neutral spine. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your belly, open your chest up, taking a cow stretch. Exhale, your shoulder blades move away from each other, push into the ground, tuck your tailbone and curve your back. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest up. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, curve your back, and your shoulder blades are moving away from each other. One more. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest up. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, curve your back, and your shoulder blades are moving away from each other. Come back into neutral spine. From here, extend your right leg back, point your toes, lift your right leg to your hip height. Your hips are squaring to the mat. Extend your left arm forward. Take a deep breath here. Engage your lower abs and exhale. Your left hand and your right leg stretch out in the opposite direction. Back to your neutral. Inhale here. Exhale, right leg comes out on the outside of your right hip and left hand extends to your left side. Inhale, back to neutral. Left arm and right leg move in opposite directions. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, take a crunch. Inhale, back to neutral. Your left arm and right leg move in opposite directions. Inhale, come back to your neutral spine and all fours. We'll take that on the other side. Extend your left leg, point your toes, lift your left leg hip height. Make sure that your hips are squaring to the mat. Extend your right arm forward. Engage your core, so you're supporting your back. Exhale, Your left leg and right arm move in opposite directions. Back to neutral. Inhale. Exhale, take a crunch. Inhale here. Exhale, take a crunch. One more inhale. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, come back to neutral spine and back to all fours. Tuck your toes, lift your knees off the mat and coming into a full plank. From here, come down onto your forearms, transitioning into a forearm plank. Take a deep breath here, engage your core, make sure that your glutes are not sticking up. One breath. Walk your feet closer to your hand, lift your hips up, coming into a dolphin. Push the mat away with your forearms. Try to work your heels towards the mat, feeling a nice stretch in your calf muscles. Lift your right leg up, coming into a three-legged dolphin. Switch legs. Left leg up. Come back into your dolphin. Walk your feet back, coming into your forearm plank. Bring your left knee down onto the mat and lift your right leg up, pointing your toes, squaring your hips to the mat. Next breath, bring your right knee into your chest. Place your right foot in between your palms. Sink your hips down. Arms come alongside your ears, transitioning into your Anjali Asana. One deep breath here. Open your chest up towards the sky. Cactus your arms and take a mini back bend. Back to your Anjali Asana. Shift your hips back. Extend your right leg. Flex your right foot. Hinge from your hips. Fold onto your extended leg. Coming into a half splits. Make sure that the back of your neck is long. You are not cranking your neck. One breath here. Back to Anjali Asana. Frame your right foot. Step back into your plank pose. Come back down into your forearms. Coming into your forearm plank. Walk your feet closer to your hands, transitioning into dolphin. Lift your left leg up, three-legged dolphin. Switch legs, right leg up. Come back into your dolphin. Walk your feet back, transitioning into your forearm plank. Bring your right knee down onto the mat and lift your left leg up. One breath here. Extend. Bring your left knee into your chest. Place your left foot in between your palms. Sink your hips and bring your arms alongside your ears. Anjali Asana. Exhale and open your chest up towards the sky, cactusing your arms, sinking your hips down. You should feel a nice stretch in your right quad. Arms come back alongside your ears. Shift your hips back. Extend your left leg. Flex your left foot. Hinge from your hips and fold into half splits. Come back into your Anjali Asana. Frame your front foot. Step back into your plank pose. We'll take one more round of that. Come down onto your forearms. Walk your feet and lift your hips up, coming into dolphin. Lift your right leg up, transitioning into a three-legged dolphin. Switch legs. Lift your left leg up. Come back into your dolphin. Walk your feet back, coming into your forearm plank. Bring your left knee down onto the mat. Lift your right leg up. Next breath, come onto your palms. Bring your right knee into your chest. Place your right foot in between your palms. Sink your hips and bring your arms alongside your ears. Anjali Asana. Open your chest up towards the sky. Cactus your arms. One breath. Back to Anjali Asana. Hinge from your hips. Extend your right leg. Flex your right foot. Half splits. Be mindful of not to crank the back of your neck. Back to Anjali Asana. Frame your front foot. Step back into your plank pose. Transition to forearm plank. Walk your feet towards your hands, coming into dolphin. Lift your left leg up, three-legged dolphin. Switch sides. Right leg up. Back into your dolphin. Walk your feet back, forearm plank. Bring your right knee down onto the mat. Lift your left leg up. Come onto your palms. Left knee comes into your chest. Plant your left foot in between your palms. Sink into your hips. Anjali Asana. Open your chest up towards the sky. Cactus your arms. Back to Anjali Asana. Shift your hips back. Extend your left leg. Flex your left foot. Fold into half splits. Come back into Anjali Asana. Frame your front foot. Step back into your plank pose. Bring both your knees down onto the mat. Hips come onto your heels, coming into child's pose. Make this an active pose by coming up on your fingertips. Plug your shoulders. From here, shift your hips forward, tuck your toes, and open your chest up, coming into a hanging cobra. Back to your active child's pose, coming onto your fingertips. One more time. Keeping the toes tucked, shift your hips back onto your heels, coming into a child's pose. Come up on the fingertips. Exhale, hanging cobra. And next exhale, come up into your downward facing dog. Back of your neck is long. Push the ground away with your palms. One deep breath here. Next breath, lift your right leg up, coming into a three-legged dog. Lift your left heel off the mat. Bend your right knee. Bring your right knee into your chest. Place your right foot in between your hands, coming into a runner's lunge. Bring your left knee down onto the mat. You can keep your left toes tucked, or you can bring the top of your feet down on the mat and come into a low lunge. Make sure that your hips are stacked directly over your left knee. Extend your left hand forward, right hand back, taking a twist in your low lunge. Your hands are opening out in a T. Squeeze your inner thighs, engage your lower abs, breathe into your belly here. Slowly start tilting your hands, trying to reach for your left heel. And as you reach your left heel, extend your right leg, press through the ball mount of your right foot. Rotate and open your chest up towards the sky. Push your pelvic floor up so you can feel a nice stretch in your left quad, and the ball mount of your right foot is firmly on the ground or on your mat. Come out of this funky camel, back into your low lunge twist. Bring both your palms on the inside of your right foot. Lift your left knee off the mat, coming into your lizard lunge. You can take any variation of lizard lunge that feels nice in your body today. You can come down onto your forearms to feel a deeper stretch in your hips. Or if you do want to take it a step further, you can bring a block under your right foot and come into your lizard lunge. This is a much deeper stretch in your hips. So breathe into your tight spots. If your knee opens out, make sure that your toes are tracking along with your knees. You can come down on your forearms too here. One breath here in your lizard. Come up onto your palms if you are down on your forearms, and if you are using a block, remove your block from underneath your foot. Plant your left feet down on the mat and open towards the long edge side of the mat, flexing your left foot, transitioning into Skandasana. One breath here in Skandasana. If you want to take a bind in your Skandasana, you can take a bind here. Flex your left foot and pull up on your kneecap on your left leg. One breath. Release your bind. Shift into Warrior 2 to the back edge of the mat. So your left leg is bent, right leg is extended, and open into Warrior 2. Make sure that your alignment is correct. Your front heel and back arch are in line with each other, and your weight is on the knife edge side of your right foot. Opening into Warrior 2. Flip your left palm and reverse your warrior. You can bring your right hand behind your back, reaching your left thigh. One breath in your reverse warrior. Bring your left hand on the inside of your left foot, transitioning into a side angle pose. You can have your right hand extended up or extended over your ear. Stay here, or if you want to bind in your side angle, take a bind. One breath in your side angle. Release your bind. Square your hips towards the back edge of the mat, coming into a runner's lunge. From here, shift your weight onto your left foot. Lift your right leg off the mat, transitioning into Warrior 3. Square your hips down onto the mat. Slowly come all the way up. Sweep your right leg up, bringing your right knee into your chest. Grab hold on the knife edge side of your right foot. Extend your right leg and take a standing twist. You can take this twist with your right leg bent and your left palm holding on the outside of your right knee. One breath. Release from your twist. Step back into your crescent lunge. Frame your front foot. Step back into your full plank and flow through your vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Coming all the way back, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. You can lift your right heel off the mat to work your calf muscles here. Bend your left knee, bring your left knee into your chest. Plant your left foot in between your hands. Bring your right knee down onto the mat, coming into a low lunge. Make sure that your hips are stacking right above your right knee. Extend your right arm forward, left arm back, taking a twist in your low lunge. Squeeze your inner thighs so you can find balance in your twist. Next exhale, tilt your hands and try to reach your right heel. You can have your toes tucked, that will make it a little easier. Once you reach your heels, press through the ball mount of your left foot, extend your left leg, rotate your chest up towards the sky. Press your pelvic floor up so you can feel a nice stretch in your right quad. Release from your funky camel. Bring both your palms on the inside of your left foot. Lift your right knee off the mat, coming into a lizard. Stay in whichever variation you want to try today. Bring your forearms down for a deeper stretch in your hips. Or if you did take a block under your right foot, take a block here. Put your left foot on a block. Bring your arms on the inside of your left leg and come into a lizard lunge. Breathe into this deep hip opener. Breathe into your hips. come down on your forearms if you want to try that, and make sure that your left knee and left toes are tracking each other. Come back up onto your palms. If you're on your forearms, remove the block if you're using a block underneath your foot. From here, plant your back foot down on the mat and open up towards the longest side of the mat, flexing your right foot. Pull up on the kneecap of your right leg, coming into Skandasana. Either stay here or take a bind. Open your chest, rotate and open your chest up towards the sky. Breathe into your belly here. Release from your bind. Shift your hips towards the right side of the mat. Open up into warrior two towards the front side of the mat this time. Sink into your hips. Make sure that your alignment is correct. Engage your core. Reverse your warrior. Flip your front palm and you can have your left hand behind your back, reaching your right thigh. Bring your right hand on the inside of your right leg and open up into your side angle. Take whichever variation you took on the other side. If you did take a bind on the other side, bind here. Release your bind, square your hips towards the front of the mat, coming into a runner's lunge. And from here, shift your weight onto your left leg and transition into warrior three. You can have your back foot flexed or you can have it pointed. Slowly come all the way up. Swing your left leg forward. Bring your left knee into your chest. Grab hold on the outside of your left foot with your right hand. Extend your left leg and open your chest towards the longest side of the mat, taking a standing twist. Squeeze your inner thighs and breathe into your belly every time you're in a twist. Slowly release from your twist, step back into your crescent lunge. Frame your front foot. Come into your full plank and flow through your Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Coming all the way back. Downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up, coming into a three-legged dog. Bring your left knee into your chest. Place your left foot in between your hands. The arms come alongside your ears, coming into your high crescent lunge. Place your right palm on the inside of your left foot and easy twist. You can either stay here or if you want a deeper hip opener, you can bring your right forearm down on the mat and take your easy twist from here. One breath in your twist. If you are on your forearm, come back up onto your palms and from here sweep your right knee on the outside of your left hip. Bring your sit bones down onto the mat and work your left foot closer to your right hip. Make sure that both your sit bones are down on the mat and your right foot is flexed. Wrap your right hand around your left leg. Inhale here and exhale. Twist and open your chest towards the shorted side of the mat. Every inhale, lengthen and exhale, open your chest a little deeper in your twist. Breathe into your belly. The whole time, make sure that your sit bones are on the mat. Bring your palms back to the front of the mat. Bend your extended leg. Step back into your runner's lunge and come back into your high crescent lunge. Bring your palms to your chest and shift your weight forward, transitioning into warrior three. One breath here and bring your left palm a few inches in front of your left leg. Stack your hips and open your chest towards the longest side of the mat, transitioning into half moon. You can use a block underneath your left hand here if you need that. Flex your right foot. One breath in your half moon. Slowly release your right leg down onto the mat, coming into warrior two. Bring your left hand on the inside of your left leg, transitioning into your side angle. From here, press through the ball mount of your left foot, straighten your left leg, keep rotating your chest up, coming into a triangle. You can have your right hand extended all the way up or bring it alongside your ears. Both legs are active. Bring your arms out into a T and reverse your triangle. Square your hips towards the back edge of the mat, coming into a crescent lunge facing the back of the mat. Make sure that your legs are on parallel tracks. Bring your hands on your hips. Take a step closer with your back foot. Adjust your stance. Extend both your legs. Making sure that you are on parallel tracks. Engage your core, hinge from your hips and fold onto your right leg. Keep the back of your neck long. Don't crank your neck here. Breathe into your belly. Pull up on your kneecaps and hinge from your hips. Bring your left palm in front of your right foot. Extend your right hand up, twisting in your pyramid pose. Squeeze your inner thighs here. From here, bring your right hand on your hips. Bring your gaze down onto the mat if that helps you with balance, and try to lift your left leg up. And slowly rotate your chest open towards the long edge side of the mat. You can extend your right hand back here, transitioning into a twisted half moon. You can keep your back foot flexed or you can point your toes. Slowly release your back foot down on the mat. Come back into your high crescent lunge. Frame your front foot and step back into your plank pose. Flow through your vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Come all the way back. Downward facing dog. We'll take that flow on the other side. Lift your right leg up, coming into a three-legged dog. Bring your right knee into your chest. Plant your right foot in between your hands. Arms come alongside your ears, coming into a high crescent lunge. One breath here. Bring your left palm on the inside of your right foot. Open up into your easy twist. Back leg is active. Don't dump your weight on your shoulder. Push the ground with your left hand. You can either stay here or bring your left forearm down on the mat and take a twist here. If your forearm is down on the mat, come back up onto your palm. Sweep your left leg on the outside of your right hip. Bring both your sit bones down on the mat. Work your right foot closer to your left hip. Lengthen your spine. Take a deep breath here. Wrap your left hand around your right knee and take a twist. Breathe into your belly. Every inhale, lengthen. Every exhale, go deeper in your twist. Bring the palms back onto the mat. Bend your extended leg. Step back into your low lunge. Back to your high crescent lunge. Bring your hands to your chest. Shift your weight forward. and hinge from your hips, transitioning into warrior 3. Bring your right hand a few inches in front of your right foot, stack your hips and open into your half moon. You can use a block underneath your right hand here if that helps. Flex your back foot, breathe into your belly. Slowly release your left leg down onto the mat, coming into warrior 2. Bring your right hand on the inside of your right leg. Start pushing through the ball mount of your right leg. Extend your right leg, open into your triangle. Keep rotating the top shoulder up. One breath in your triangle. Bring your arms out into a T and reverse your triangle. Square your hips towards the front edge of the mat, coming into a crescent lunge. Bring your hands on your hips. Take a step closer with your back foot. Adjust your stance. Engage your core. Hinge from your hips and fold onto your left leg. Both legs are active here. Pull up on your kneecaps. Lengthen the back of your neck. There should be no tension in your shoulders. Breathe into your hamstrings. Bring your right palm in front of your left foot. Open your chest towards the longest side of the mat. Extend your left arm up. Don't dump your weight on your right shoulder. Push the ground with your right palm. Bring your gaze down onto the mat. You can bring your left hand on your hip and slowly start lifting your right leg up. Make sure that your right wrist and your right shoulder are in line with each other. Then slowly start twisting your chest open towards the longest side of the mat. You can extend your, I'm eating my hair. You can extend your right hand up. No tension in the back of your neck. Squeeze your inner thighs. Slowly release. Come back into your crescent lunge. Frame your front foot. Step back into your plank pose and flow through your Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Come all the way back. Downward facing dog. From your downward dog, bend your knees, look towards the front of the mat, and you can either walk or hop to your hands. Halfway lift and forward fold. Sweep your arms all the way up. Bring your palms to your chest, coming into your Tadasana. From your Tadasana, bring your right foot on the inside of your left leg. Engage your pelvic floor. Make sure that you are not slumping into your hips. Engage your pelvic floor, engage your core, tuck your tailbone and sweep your arms all the way up, coming into a tree. Sweep your arms all the way up. You can either stay here in your tree or you can crisscross your fingers, extend your index finger, and from here keep rotating your left shoulder out and press your right heel into your left inner thigh and lean towards the right side of the mat. Your standing leg is active here. Breathe through this, engage your core and reach through your index fingers, lengthening your left side body. Slowly center your tree, release back into your Tadasana and switch sides. Bring your left foot on the inside of your right leg. Engage your pelvic floor, tuck your tailbone, sweep your arms all the way up, and either stay here in your tree or crisscross your fingers, extend your index finger and start pressing your left heel into your right inner thigh and lean towards the right side of the mat. Rotate your chest up. You should feel a nice opening on the right side of the body here. Reach through your index finger. Breathe into your belly. Center your tree back. Come back into your Tadasana. From here, bring your knees down onto the mat. Come all the way down. Stack your right shin on top of your left shin, coming into a fire log pose. Make sure that your sit bones are down on the mat, and if your right knee doesn't come all the way down on your left foot, you can use a block to bridge that gap here. Lengthen your spine. Stay here. Take a deep breath. If this feels nice in your hips, you can slowly start folding forward. Walk your hands all the way forward and fold. Flex both your feet so you're protecting your knees. You should feel a nice stretch in your right hip. Come all the way back. Bring your left hand on the outside of your right knee and twist open your chest towards the right side of the mat. Lengthen your spine. Both your sit bones are down on the mat. Every inhale lengthen, every exhale twist a little deeper. Come back to center, switch sides. Bring your right shin down, left shin stacks on top of your right. Flex both your feet. Both your sit bones are down on the mat. Breathe into your belly, lengthen your spine. Either stay here or slowly walk your hands forward and fold forward. Walk back, come all the way up. Bring your right hand on the outside of your left knee and open your chest towards the longest side of the mat. Your shoulders should not be sticking into your ears. Lengthen your spine. Inhale here, exhale, go a little deeper in your twist. Release and come back to the center. Come all the way down onto the mat. Engage your core, tuck your tailbone and make sure that your heels are in line with your knees or directly under your knees. Take a deep breath here and exhale. Tuck your tailbone, engage your core and lift your hips off the mat. You can either stay here in your bridge pose, or if you want to take a full wheel, bring your palms next to your ears. Adjust your stance. Your weight should be on your heels. Inhale here and exhale. Push up into your wheel pose. Breathe into your belly. If you want to play with lifting one leg off the mat, bring your right knee into your chest, extend your right leg up. Switch sides. Bring your left knee into your chest and extend your left leg up. Breathe in your back bend. and release. Come all the way down onto the mat. Hug your knees into your chest and rock from side to side, releasing your lower back. From here, using your palms to support your lower back, shift your hips and try to work your hips directly on top of your shoulders. Back of your neck is long. You should not feel any pinching behind your neck. Don't dump your weight on your shoulders or on your neck. Breathe into your belly, point your toes, engage your core. From here, bend your knees and bring your knees towards your forehead. Extend your legs, bring your toes to touch on over your head. Slowly walk your feet and flex through your feet, reaching through your heels and working your knees away from your face. Breathe into your hamstrings here. You can have your hands parallel or you can clasp your fingers here. Extend your legs. Every exhale, try to push through your heels a little bit more and bring your knees away from your face. Breathe into your belly here. Slowly release, point your toes. Using your hands as brakes, roll your spine down onto the mat, bend your knees and hug your knees into your chest. Take a couple of deep breaths here, releasing your back. Close your eyes. We'll end our practice here in Savasana. You can take whichever variation you want. You can keep your legs bent, you can keep your legs extended, or hug your knees into your chest, whatever feels nice in your body today. Breathe into your belly, loosen your jaws, loosen your shoulders and your neck. Stay in your Savasana for as long as you can and enjoy this time for yourself. I hope you enjoyed your practice today. Please do like this video and leave me a comment below. Let me know your thoughts, and if you want a Vinyasa targeting a particular asana or something in particular, do let me know. I can build a Vinyasa around that. I do upload a video every week, so I'll see you here next week on the mat. Thank you so much for choosing to practice with me and for taking this time for yourself. Have a beautiful day.